In this scenario, we're going to be walking through a few more examples of using calculated fields in Microsoft Dynamics CRM 2015. So in this business scenario, we have a number of accounts. Now, as you can see, we have some hierarchies here. So one way of looking at a hierarchy might indicate that one company is a division of the next company and so on. So perhaps we have Coho Winery, and one of its subsidiaries or one of its divisions is SGS Testing Inc., or the same thing we have here with AdventureWorks. So let's go open up one of these fields, and we'll, or these records rather, and we'll kind of see how it's all set up, and then we'll actually jump into our example. So if I'm going to go into the Alpine Ski House, okay, here you can see we have the Alpine Ski House, and it does not have a parent account. So that tells me that it has a subordinate account. So it's sort of Alpine Ski House is sitting at the top of this hierarchical structure, and I think AdventureWorks is the subsidiary. Now, what we want to try to accomplish is we want to take the, if we're on a child account, we want to have a field that displays the phrase this, or such and such a company is a division of whatever their parent company's name is. So to do that, we're going to do a simple concatenation of fields, just like we saw in a previous tutorial. However, what makes this one different is that we're working with a lookup field. Okay, so a lookup field is, in this example, is going to be the parent account. So let's jump in and do a form customization to show you what we're going to try to accomplish here. So I'm going to jump into the form, and we're going to actually modify our form a bit. And we're going to add a custom field called full division name. Okay, so just like creating any other field in CRM, we start by clicking on the new field button and give it a name. So we're going to call this full division name. All right, now we're making this a single line of text. Now this could be quite large, so I'm going to make this a little bit bigger, make it 150 characters. Now, again, we're going to be doing a calculated field, so on the field type, I'm going to change it from simple to calculated. There we go. And I'll click on the edit button. And that's going to allow us to actually create our formula. Now, in order for this to work, I need to make sure that I'm dealing with a subsidiary or a division and not the parent company itself. So I need to accommodate that in my logic. Now, in a previous tutorial, we saw a simple example of what a condition statement might look like. Now, in this one, it's also going to be a very basic one. Later on, we'll do another tutorial showing some more advanced options. But I'm going to add a condition. And the first thing I'm going to make sure we have is that the parent account, where are you at? There we go. Make sure that field contains data. Because if it contains data, that tells me that this is a child record we're working with. So I'm going to click on the plus sign. Because of course, if it didn't have a parent account, that would mean that it must be the parent account, or it's not a division of anything else. So if the parent account contains data, then what we're going to do is we're going to take this action. What we're going to do is we're going to concatenate. In other words, we're going to piece together some different values. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to say concat, and that's our syntax for doing a concatenation. So concat, and we'll take the name. So type the name, and you'll see here we have our fields. I should have clicked tab there instead. There we go. Name, comma. Now here we want to grab, we're going to actually put a hard string value in here. So we want to say whatever the company name is, put some quotes there, and say is a division of space quotes. So we're going to hard code that phrase into the name. So name is a division of. Now we're going to grab the parent account. Now, when we're working with regular lookup field or regular text fields and such, it's pretty straightforward how we reference them. Now, in this example, we're dealing with a lookup field, and lookup fields are just different across the board. So when I type in parent account ID, if I put a dot after that, what it's going to do, it's going to allow me to grab a value from the parent account. So I'm going to grab the name of that parent account. So I'm just going to type in NAME and select that. Now, I could have gotten fancier here, and I suppose we could have done something like this, and maybe put the city name of the parent account in there, so that we do something like that. But, and again, this example, we're going to keep it very, very basic. We're just going to grab the name of the parent account. There we go. Now, if I would have messed up the syntax in some way, let's say that I left that comma in there, I forgot about it. When I clicked on this checkbox, it tells me my formula is invalid. So it's going to make sure that you haven't done anything to violate the parameters of that formula. So I'll leave that just as a closing parentheses, and we'll validate it again. There we go. So now we know that that formula is going to work. So I'm going to click Save and Close. And then when it's done, we're going to take that field and we're going to put it on our form. So let's get rid of this long list of fields here. There we go. And just find our custom ones. There we are. Now I'm going to put this, put it right under the customer number. As a matter of fact, I might even give myself a little more space on this one. And I'm going to put that above this section, because that puts the label on top. This section is formatted to put my labels on top, so that gives me a little more visual real estate with my label there. All right, and once again, I want to make this a read-only field, because I don't want somebody actually typing in there. I want it to be calculated based upon other values. So we'll go ahead and put that in there, and I'll click Save, and we'll publish our customizations. And this, of course, will make these customizations available to everybody else so they can see all the hard work we've done. Looks like I may have missed that. Let's double check to make sure our read-only field. Yep, okay, it's there. All right, we're going to close this down, and now we're back here on the Alpine Ski House. Well, we're going to go back to accounts, and what we want to do is we're going to go into AdventureWorks. So I'll go into AdventureWorks, and it's going to see if this is has a parent account, and this one does. It's Alpine Ski House. Now, if you look over here, we see the full division name. We see AdventureWorks is a division of Alpine Ski House. Okay, and what happens if we go to Alpine Ski House? Well, because it of itself does not have a parent, it doesn't even show up. Now, if I want to do this right, what I would probably do is, if it didn't have a parent account value here, I might want to actually hide this field, because it doesn't make sense to see it if it's not going to be a division of anything. However, we can see how, we continue working with these calculated fields, and so we can simply do these concatenations, and it's very straightforward, very, very simple. However, when we work with lookup fields, just like working with lookup fields in any other context, if we're writing reports, if we're doing code or writing JavaScript, whatever it might be, they actually have a little bit different functionality from other data types on the forms when we work with them.